Hello. I saw somebody was waiting. Thank you for joining me and for the thumbs up already. Yay! That makes me happy. Doesn't take much to make me happy, huh? How are you? I'm 1 minute early, so I'm going to wait for a minute. Ooh, 3 people. Hello. Hello, hello. Welcome to my live tonight. Hi, Paige. Hi, Nix. Yay. 2 people. Yay. I'm going to wait just a minute and then I'm going to go over a couple things before we get started making cards. Pretty easy cards tonight, but they're pretty. Pretty easy, but pretty. Because I didn't start working on them till 3. Oh my gosh. So I got my pre-order in. Took me a good part of the morning, like most of the morning, not to get the order in, but to look. We have like a pre-order selector paper order form kind of thing, and not everything I wanted was on it, obviously. And some things that were on it, 2 things that I did want, we couldn't get because of this COVID-19 supply channel. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Lisa. Welcome, welcome. So anyway, it took me a while. I do a spreadsheet, and it took me a while to figure it all out. No, I got 0 mail. I just ran out and checked right before the live, but it's not here yet. It should be any day because several other demonstrators have said they've either gotten theirs or they're pretty sure they're getting it today. But I'm figuring today's probably by the end of the week for me. I don't know. Hi, Jen. Hi, Philomena. Hey, Kim, Metal Scrapping Chick. Welcome. Wow. All right, so I'm going to get started. This is the cover of the new annual catalog. That's all I'm allowed to show you till June 3rd, except that my pre-order that I did put in this morning, and I have never done this before, but I put it for 2-day UPS shipping. But as of 5 minutes ago, it was still showing that they were picking it. So I'm a little upset. But I want to talk about shipping and things like that in a little bit. So, demonstrators can pre-order now till the 2nd. And if you're interested in becoming a demonstrator, you can actually use the pre-order items in your starter kit. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. So just wanted to throw that out there. So the next thing is, I mentioned this last week, the Just Add in Color Paper Pumpkin Kit for May has sold out as of last week. It sold out. If you put in an order for it as a new subscriber after it sold out, you're in for the June kit, which doesn't ship out till June 11th, and it will not be this one. Also, if you got in before it sold out, but you were a new subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, your kit may not ship till the 14th instead of the 11th. If you were an existing subscriber, it should ship when it bills on the 11th. So that's what I've been told. Just relaying information. And I have gotten a lot of questions after people see, I guess, me doing the unboxing, and then they love the stamp set or whatever, and they say, can I get that after the fact? No. The only way to get Paper Pumpkin stamps and the other stuff in them is to be a subscriber. You can't get past kits either unless you're a current subscriber. So I just want to make sure you all understand that, because I have gotten like 2 or 3 emails about that, especially the one that was the no matter the weather. I think I had 3 people request if I had any extra kits, which I have 1 extra refill, but the refills don't have the stamps and Stampin' Spot, the little ink spot. So I don't usually even get the refills. I just happen to like that one too, so I did. But yeah, that's great, Kim. I'm so glad you're joining us. That's fine, Jen. You actually have till June 2nd, but the sooner you get your orders in, the more likely they won't sell out. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. Usually they have plenty because they order enough for what's going to be in, when going live June 3rd. And I'm sure they did, but distribution's a whole nother thing right now. Okay, so that's it on Paper Pumpkin. One thing next week, my live will be Monday night at 7 p.m. Eastern because I'm going to be in a 3-day Stampin' Up online meeting / training, and I know I'm just going to be too tired on the first day of that, which is Tuesday, to do a live. So I am going to be prepared to do something on Monday night next week at 7 p.m. So I hope you guys can all make it. They can. I don't know if they'll be able to find those particular ones because usually if we as demonstrators can't see refill kits, then they've pretty well sold out of everything. And sometimes you have to be careful. It may not be the full kit next. It might just be the refill, which doesn't have the stamp sets. And a lot of people with that one were after the stamp sets. Yeah, me too, Jen. But that happens every year. This year's a little different, and I don't really want to talk about that in this forum because that's for us demos. But we'll deal with it. If you have any questions you want to ask me as a demo, go to our Facebook group and ask it there, because that way the others can benefit from it too. So don't forget, Grace's party is going on till May 20th. There's lots of things in the last chance. We went over some of them last week. I'm gonna be focusing on some things the rest of the month for the last chance products. So, and I know many of you have, and I just want to say thank you for ordering through Grace's party. She is having a great party. We just got another order in, oh gosh, when was it? It was Friday, I think. Anyway, yeah. And on the website, when you go into the website, they're having a COVID-19 give back. I mentioned this last week. I printed it. It's called Share Sunshine. It's a PDF download. It costs $12 for demonstrators or other people. We don't get any credit for it. All proceeds go to either, and you pick, the WHO, the WHO COVID Solidarity Response Fund, and or the United Way Worldwide COVID-19 Community Response and Recovery Fund. You get to pick which one, or you can have it split equally between them. And Sarah, the CEO of Stampin' Up, just did a live today, which is public on Facebook, on her Facebook page. And she said that as of the date that she had pulled data, they were at 123,000 so far. So thank you to anyone that ordered that. I can't see who it is. I don't need to. But she thinks it's probably up to, I think she said close to like 130 now. So that is wonderful. I just ordered it. That was another thing I did this morning. I just ordered mine this morning because my printer finally is printing mostly right. It's still cutting out in some spots, but at least the colors are right. So this is just the first page. I don't want to share it all with you. And for demonstrators on the 21st at 2 Mountain Time, which is 4 Eastern Time, that's a in-service day for employees where they get to do something for making a difference, and they're all gonna be making cards and stuff with this, and Stampin' Up is donating the materials to the employees to make this stuff, and all the money from the employees, what they're donating to the employees to make it the $12 each is also going into that fund. So it's a really great company to work for. And I think I mentioned the last thing I have. Well, no, I have 2 more things. The catalog should be mailing on or about May 8th. But if it doesn't mail out on May 8th and you don't get it, within a week of that, please be patient, because everybody, including Stampin' Up, is still dealing with this COVID-19 mess. And even if their office is open and people are working from home and they're doing correct social distancing, they're open, but their supply chain manufacturers and things may be in a different state. Like they could be like where I am, where everything is shut down still except golf courses and essential people. Anyway, so I'm just requesting that if your order doesn't ship immediately and when you place an order, please just be patient. It's coming. I can look things up and tell you whether it's shipped or it's picking, but you get an email when it has shipped. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, but just don't get upset and be patient right now because things are tough, okay? So that is it for my announcements. Does anybody have any questions here? Oh my goodness, says Brandy. About what? I don't know. Okay. All right. Let's get stamping and making cards. I'm going to go in reverse order. Again, I did that last week. This is the 3rd card I made. And what I'm really featuring tonight is not just the, what is it called? Dress to Impress stamp set, which looks like this. And forgive my mat, it's a little dirty, but it's going to get dirtier some. But also, I used a couple of dies, I think, that went with it, mostly the flowers. This is the one that makes little handbags, which I don't have any here to show you right now. But it also cuts out the perfume bottle, the shoe, the lipstick, and it's got these little flowers. This one up here, they're not the right sizes, but you get the idea. And this is the strap to the, if you cut 2 of them out, it cuts out the strap for the handbags. So anyway, we're going to be using that. For one of the cards, we'll be using Tufted 3D embossing folder, which that's the number you would order, 151785. It will be retiring. Dress to Impress and these dies are continuing, but they may not be bundled. I'm not sure. This one, Pocketful of Happiness, we're going to use this on one of the cards, and then we're going to use the coordinating die, pocket die, which is called Pocket Dies. Both of those will be retiring. I love that little pocket. So I'm kind of working backwards here, so bear with me. And I did forget to clean. Oh, and the one thing I started to say, the main thing that's the feature tonight is this paper. I just want to show you this paper because I actually really love this paper. I got bits. This is called the Best Dress 6x6" Designer Series paper. It's in the last chance. I don't remember, guys, if it's on sale or not, so please forgive me. But we have lipsticks, and I've shown this before. Remember, this is, hi, Grace. Welcome. Remember, this paper has either the makeup stuff, perfume, or flowers. This one, I think I'm going to use on a card coming up for the monthly card collab. But that's all I'm going to say about it. And that other side is lipstick. And then this beautiful floral. This color is lovely lipstick, by the way, which we're going to use on the next card, the second card. and it's retiring also. It's one of the in colors. And then this side I want to use. I haven't used it yet, but I didn't get time to make something with it tonight. And I think we're going to use this on the first card. Yep. Nope. Nope. Sorry. No, we're not. I had changed my mind. This is the one I used on this card. And the reverse is great for like birthday cards or any kind of celebration. Here's another beauty. This time it's floral on both sides, petal pink, and this is actually purple posy, but you could use it with Highland Heather. And we are using that. I did use that, and I'll show you that in a second. And if we get time, I might, I don't have one prepared, but I might use this paper with the shoes on it. And the other side is this beautiful, lovely lipstick floral. Now this is the one we're going to use next, which has shoes on the other side. Beautiful flowers. I love the flowers. And this one's all handbags, if you're a handbag fanatic like I used to be. And stripes, which you could use for anything. And this one we're going to actually, I fussy cut this perfume bottle out, and we're going to use that on a card tonight. And the other side is that stripe. And we're going to use this on a card and the other side as well. Excuse me. And I think these I already showed. Yep. Hang on. So sorry. I have to take a sip of tea. Hi, Clay. Hi, Renee. Oh, 2-day shipping. Yeah. Well, you know what? I had actually just messaged Paige and said, no, I can't afford to do that. But it turned out to be only $20 more than the other shipping. And I thought, what the heck? I might get it before a week and a half and be able to show you guys. So that's why I did it. But I'd never done it. And I did not do overnight because that was like $50 more. And I said, no, no, no. All right. This is the first card I made. It's really easy. It's just a mat of the designer paper. This particular one. And I did a pocket out of a coordinating, actually the back of that paper. And I just cut the pocket out with the pocket size. And it's really easy, and I'm going to show you on the next one. We're going to do a different paper, but we're going to use the same thing. And then I stamped these two little flowers and colored them. And we're going to watercolor them with ink. I sort of did and sort of didn't. I didn't on this one, but I did on this one. Then we will die cut them. And this ribbon is the, which actually is continuing, the organdy striped ribbon in petal pink. Really pretty. I thought it made a nice border and cut up some of the purple posy. And then I stamped on a piece of Whisper White, Happy Mother's Day. I actually used purple posy, but you could use petal pink. You could use Highland Heather. And I rounded the corners with the detailed trio punch, which is continuing. It's got 3 different designs on it. Is that glary or... I feel like I'm rushing here again. I don't want to do that. We have time tonight. And I used my very last purple posy faceted gem on there. And then inside I used another piece of that paper and Whisper White. I didn't stamp anything on the inside. Because for Mother's Day, I just feel like... Now this one will not be for my mother because she's not a purple person. But... anyway, so it'll go somewhere else at some point. So let's get busy. This time, I don't know. I'm still can't decide if I like this, but I have this piece of paper, but I thought I would, ooh, well, that could be all right. But what I was gonna do is this with this. What do you think? Yours, I believe, shipped, Clay. I don't know exactly when. I'd have to go back and check. Okay, Brandy. So do you think I should do, I'm going to do the yellow with this because that's what I started off to do. Because I think that would be too busy. Yeah, I'll do the shoes on a different sheet. So first thing I'm going to do is just glue this down. So the paper is retiring, unfortunately. But there are a lot of other pretty papers coming, one of which was on the pre-order, but we couldn't order it because of supplier difficulties. It's not here yet. Oh, look what I just did. I wasn't paying attention. Oops. Now I'm not sure I like that. Maybe what I'll do is get the... Oh, let's see what else will go with it. I might have to cut another pocket. This is what happens when Deb starts talking, right? All right, let me see what papers we can use. If I had another one of that, I might have another one of that. I think that would go good. Or those shoes, nah. Sorry, guys. No, I wasn't planning that. Alrighty. All right. You know what? There we go. Might as well use it, right? Don't have to cut another pocket. So we'll use the same pocket, but a different background. That's what we'll be doing. So let me get the pocket die. I hadn't planned on doing that. And I'll save this one. We'll do a different card another time. Maybe not on the live. Do you guys ever do silly stuff like that? I'll tell you what. You were yelling at me, Paige. Oh, yeah. I heard you. I just heard you too late. Oh, that's good, Clay. You're going to have a lot of fun with what you ordered. I just know it. Clay ordered lots and lots of designer paper. Lots and lots. And he's going to want to order more pretty soon in June. Because there's lots and lots coming. And I couldn't order, they didn't give it to us to order some of the stuff that I really wanted. And one of the things, like I said, was on the pre-order form, but they gave us a notice this morning that it wasn't. 2 items were not available yet. Okay, so now this has score lines, and all you do is fold your little score lines on the bottom, and you can use tear and tape, but I'm using contraband glue because my Tombow is really empty. And I have some on order, but I think my pre-order might get here before my other order does. All right, now instead of using the striped organdy, because that has petal pink in it, this has like mint macaron in it. So I think we will put this across here instead. I think that'll look nice, I hope. And actually what we could do, I have this thin mint macaron also. No, I like the thicker one better. So I'm just going to cut that. And this one, I cut it to exactly the shape there, but I'm going to cut this just a little bit beyond and wrap it before I glue the pocket down. So let me turn this over. I'm going to put a glue dot up here on the the edge of the pocket frame. My glue dots are almost all gone. I do have another box of those. But I have more of those on order too. Essentials. My little order that's supposed to be coming anytime now is all essentials. All essentials, or like Stampin' Blends that you won't be able to get just the individual colors of later. All right, I'm just trying to make sure that looks straight. Does that look straight? It does to me. You love the green ribbon. Yay. And then we're gonna color some flowers anyway, except we won't do petal pink. We'll probably do mint macaron and light and dark. We're gonna do purple posy because I have it, even though others don't. Let me first trim this. I know that Kim likes purple, so this might be your night because I have a dark purple coming up in the last card as well. And this was supposed to be darker, but because it was supposed to be this on the Blackberry Bliss. Oh well. And we'll just go ahead and glue that down. Now you could put your pocket inside the card and just stamp something on the outside. I chose not to do that this time. So, all right, let me get this out of the way. Oops. And let's do our Mother's Day thing next. And let's see. This is for our Mother's Day. Okay, so I don't think I wrote this card down. I think this is 2 1/4 because it was a little big to put in my one tag punch. So that's why I used the detailed trio punch. Now, let me just see if this is the same width. I think it is, but no, it's a little wider. Let me make sure. And this, I actually have it stuck with 3 glue dots on here, so it doesn't really pull out. You could like put it on the inside and put a card, you know, a gift card in it, and if you had your card going the other way, in particular, opening the other way, I just happen to have this piece of purple posy already cut like a vertical card. I think it's pretty. I would like that. I'll give that to me for Mother's Day. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. So I'm trying to make sure. Let me see. Yeah, that's too wide. So 2. I don't know. It seems like it only needs to be cut about 1/2 inch off. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to cut with 2 1/4. Do that? Yes. Okay. And then I think it's going to be too long. So I'm going to cut about 1 inch off of here. So it is about 4. I'm just going to put it like this. This little trimmer you can't get anymore either. It was for signing up as a demonstrator through the end of March. Okay, that'll work. So let's get the detailed trio punch and go ahead and round the corners. Let me see. We all do, Philomena, yeah. Yes, and it would be really cool as a jean pocket in a jean color. And one of the new colors, which I think I announced last week because of the paper pumpkin, is Misty something. Misty Mountain? Misty Moon. And it is like a light indigo, I think, from what I can tell. Okay, so now we're going to stamp Happy Mother's Day, and I think I still have that out, maybe, I hope. Yes, here. Okay, guys. I'm thinking I'm going to stamp it in Blackberry Bliss to bring out the dark on here. Otherwise, it's going to get lost. I like purple and green for some reason. become a new thing with me, and I am not really a purple person, but I'm turning into one. Okay, this is Blackberry Bliss. It's our darkest purple. Let's see how that looks. I think that'll be good. Because that brings out the, yeah, all right, cool. Cool. Ooh, I just stuck my finger in it. Just stuck my finger in it. That's me too. All right. I have to move some things so that I can actually get to my chamois. Which I'm going to have to move back in a minute because I'm going to need the die cutting machine that I just put those on. Okay. Now let's stamp our little flowers. And temporarily plug my glue back up so I don't dry it out. There we go. I actually found a refill, so I did refill this bottle. So yay, I'm not without glue entirely. And somewhere in this mess of a craft room, I probably have other glues that aren't Stampin' Up. All right, we're going to use this to stamp our flowers. And let's see. I think I'll tack that down in a minute too. I think I'm going to do Blackberry Bliss and Mint Macaron. But I'm going to stamp them in basic gray. That's what I did the first time. And we have two. We have one that has like 2 flowers. Move this up here. And one that's a single. I think I'm going to do 3. We'll do 2 of the singles and one of the double. Let me just clean my stamps off a little bit. They're not going to clean real good because my chamois is a little dry. Not dry, but getting there. All right, now I'm going to do the centers before I paint with Dark Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blend. Now you could use all blends, but I feel like using a little watercolor brush and this is not watercolor paper. This is not even the Thick Whisper White. You just don't want to get it super duper wet or it'll start to, you know, deteriorate. But these are retiring. They come in a pack of 2 and there's 2 different brushes. These are the current water aqua painters or something I think they're called. They're being retired. They are coming out with a new set. I think it has 3 in it, and they have 3 different tips, like fine, medium, and regular brush. Okay. So, what did I say? Blackberry Bliss and Mint Macaron. Where's my Mint Macaron? We'll do the leaves first on all of them. This does not seem to be sticking down real good. Okay. We'll be here till close to 9. It doesn't always go till 9, but hopefully you can. Hi, Kat. Welcome. Wow, we're getting lots of people in. If you missed all the announcements in the beginning, be sure to watch at least that part of the replay. I'm going to do this kind of sloppy because we're going to be cutting them out anyway, and they're supposed to look watercolored, right? They are. That's what we're doing. We're watercoloring with the inks, which I forget about, quite honestly. I forget to do it. You could also, if you don't want to do this with your stamp pads, if you have the refills, you can just put a little drop from the refill bottle on a block, acrylic block or something, and do the same thing that way. So, and then I'm just wiping it off on here. So there's our Mint Macaron. Actually, No. All right, I'm going to use Purple Posy. Now, you'd have to use Highland Heather because I happen to have Purple Posy, and I'm sorry, but you would pull out Highland Heather probably. And let's see. I think I'm going to do this one in the Purple Posy. I actually want to get it a little darker in towards the center, get more color in there. I might have to put more color on my stamp thing. And then blend it out here. But I'm trying not to get it too wet because it's regular Whisper White cardstock. There. Really pale at the top and then darker here at the bottom. I want to get this a little darker in this part. Okay. Okay. And then let's use Blackberry Bliss on the big ones. And you, like I said, you could use the blends. I just forget to do this technique, and oh good. I forgot that, Clay. I haven't had a problem with it yet, but then I don't usually stare at my card, you know, a month later and see if the color changed, which is what they were saying. Let's see if we like this on one of them, the darker color. It's pretty dark, so I'm going to just try and blend it out with water. To lighten it towards the edges, I had to take a little bit more. And I'm using, I think, the bigger brush because I don't know where my other one is right now. And this had water in it already. So, just going to squeeze a little more water. That one didn't blend as well as I'd like. I might need a little more color over here because it's darker there. All right, well, yeah, get the idea. I don't know, are they going to look good together? Maybe I should just do all Purple Posy. What do you think? Thank you guys for the thumbs ups. Everybody else, if you wouldn't mind, I think I'm going to do the other one in Purple Posy. I like that. Oops. I like that better. I just stuck my finger in that. I don't know what it is with Blackberry Bliss tonight. It just wants to go right on my hand. So like I said, if you don't have the Purple Posy, which they don't sell anymore, use Highland Heather. It would work just fine. And I should be, but I figure I have it, so I'm going to use it. A little bit more color, please. Yeah, I have too much water and not enough color. I think that's close enough. And then just clean your end of your brush off on scrap paper, and there you go. Now, we do have to die cut them. So I have to bring everything off my die cutting machine and find them. Here they are. So you guys doing all right? So this is the double one. And we're just gonna go like that. And I have to use purple tape because I think I'm out of small sticky notes. I'm sure I have some somewhere. I'm out of them in my immediate vicinity here. And you want to kind of get it. I had too much white on one of them I did. I'm going to just do that. And I'll do this one at the same time, and then we'll go back and do the other one. Maybe. You want to get it close to the edge of the flower, so you don't get too much white. I got way too much tape. All right, let me turn around and do this. I'll be right back. This one is taking the longest, I think. Well, I don't know. The next one's a quicker card. I started off really easy, but this is actually the last card that I did. So we have that. I think I'm going to like it with just the purple posy and the mint macaron. Yep, I think I'm going to just leave it at the 2. And I'll do what I did on this one, which is glue one down and bump one up. And this one I'll save for some other project. So let me put them over here and stick this on my machine. Eating too much. Yeah, me too. I actually, it's not that I'm eating too much. It's that I'm eating the wrong stuff. Like, I should not be eating as much starch as I am. And even I think my son is feeling it too, because he said, we need to get some healthy snacks. So I went shopping yesterday for my monthly food shopping. I think it was actually only 3 weeks ago that I went right after Easter. But anyway, I spent way too much money. But he asked me to get, you know, healthy snacks like carrots and stuff like that. So, but it seems like every time I cook and make a meat, I feel like I have to have either rice or potatoes or stuffing or something like that with it. I don't know. So I do all right at lunchtime, but dinner is a whole nother story. Okay, so now we're going to use, oops, one big dimensional on this and one itty bitty little one, because it just fits. Dimensionals are the one thing I truly am stocked up good on. And we'll just put that over here like that. And then I'm going to use a glue dot, and actually I'm going to go around the edge of this with, I think I will use the purple posy Stampin' Up, just to make it show up nicely against the background. And I'll go down it all, even though you won't see that. I won't do that. Well, I'll do it just in case somebody decides they want to try and rip it out. Even though it's not supposed to come out. Well, you can make it that way, but if I do that, it would be flopping out in the mail. And you have to be a little careful because those, the turned down parts are edges of the pocket are in there. And you could stamp a flower or something on there too, but we're just gonna, actually I'm gonna pull it out and I'm gonna put 3 glue dots on. 1, 2, and 3. Oops, that one didn't go. Okay. And then we're going to carefully position it without letting the glue dots touch yet, till we get it in and centered the way we want it. Right about there, I think. Yep. There we go. Now I could put a little bow on here too, but I'd rather put some kind of bling, I think. So let's see what kind of bling I have. I don't think any of these will work. Maybe those pink ones. These are retiring too. I don't know. I don't really like that. I'm thinking maybe pearls or something. Pearls. I don't know. Pretty and purple. Thank you, Philomena. And NYX. No. Okay, I'm thinking. All right, rhinestones or pearls. Those are what we can do. We could color some pearls in mint macaron color. Why don't we do that? That would be good. That would be good. Let's do that. Mint macaron. Where are you? There you are. Because I have the blends. We'll just use the dark one. I hardly ever use this, so I think that's what we'll do. I don't have any mint macaron blingy bling. Oh, I don't know if that's going to show up actually. Yeah, it will. It just is a real pale. You have to use the dark, I find, because the light ones don't. Oops, I just want to use small, I think. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll do a big one too. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Okay. And let's see. We'll put one down here somewhere, maybe there. Put it right in the middle. Want to put one up here. I got a little smudge there, so one has to go there. And maybe over here. And I think that's all we'll do. 1, 2, 3. And then inside, since it was supposed to be that color, but it's this color, we're just going to glue this down. I don't think I did anything. No, I didn't do anything but glue down on the inside of this one. Some of the other ones will color. I actually really like that against the Blackberry Bliss. It makes it pop. And I was actually thinking we could put a little bow there, but I don't think I want to. We don't need a bow on every card, right? Oh my goodness. Grace had some really pretty cards she made using the tulip set and the Be Thankful. The little bee on the thanks, not thankful, thanks. And she did beautifully. So be sure to check out her channel and watch that too. Both of those turned out really pretty. And she said the tulips were in Melon Mambo, I believe. And she did a nice technique, which I've never done. Yeah, I think Blackberry Bliss is like a neutral to me almost. I use it more like a neutral. So there we have it. Purple Posy, Blackberry Bliss, 2 different designer papers from the Best Dressed or whatever it's called. Cannot remember the names because this one is Best Dressed 6x6 Designer Series paper. That's retiring. We're going to be using more of it. So bear with me. And we'll get what would have been card number 1 up here. Okay, so there's 2. And the next one is going to be in Lovely Lipstick. And it came about because I had these scraps. And so that's what I decided to use. But this is the one I'm actually using the tufted embossing folder in the background. And it's in Lovely Lipstick on Lovely Lipstick. And then inside, I just did a little stamping. And I think I used blends. Yep, I used blends on that. So that is the next card. This is the... It's either low inventory, it might be on back order now. It's a newer punch called Label Me Lovely. That was in the mini catalog. number 151296. I do like that, and since they're getting rid of my pretty label punch that looks like a cloud, this is good. And you can do it either this way or this way, depending on your sentiment. Now on this one, I used Lovely Lipstick ink, but I stamped off the double flower. I just stamped it in Petal Pink, and then I stamped the sentiment on it. And I did put some rose metallic thread, which is retiring, behind it. And then just a little piece of this grosgrain 1/8 inch ribbon in Lovely Lipstick that is retiring. So let's get started. I have to move things out of the way yet again. Sorry for the reach. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I get packages at, well, I get packed. I don't have a P.O. box yet. I've been thinking about it, but right now I don't want to have to go to the post office to get mail. Next year, maybe I'll be setting up a P.O. box for all my Deb House Crafty Cottage, Stampin' Up, and Dahlia Design stuff. Yeah, and I actually do love the Lovely Lipstick color. It's a little bit of a pink to it, as compared to, like, that's real red. That's more like true red, right? And then this is Poppy Parade, which is more orange. And then this is Melon Mambo, which is lighter than the Lovely Lipstick, but it's along that same line. So anyway, I really like this paper. I mean, this color too of red. And I have all my measurements on here. So it's a standard A2 card base. We're going to use that for our punch. This piece of this piece of Lovely Lipstick that I already ran through the tufted embossing folder. Love that design. I can't believe they're retiring that one. Anyway, they are. That one, of course, is 5 1/4 by 4, and we're going to go ahead and glue that down. One thing I was hoping they would have had in the pre-order is what's going to come about to replace the snail, but it wasn't. So once my snail and my snail refill are done, that'll be it for my little snaily wheel. Hope they come in soon. And there's some other things in adhesives, which I'll be shush about, coming as well. Now this then is 5 by 1 1/2. And these are 2 inches wide by 2 1/4. They're going to be a little shorter than the other piece, but that's okay. That's what the original scrap pieces I had were like. So that's how we're going to do it. And I'm going to try and get that over a little bit that way. And these a little bit that way. So there's our starting point. Oh, okay. Yeah, no boxes come here. Unless you put it as signature required, which I don't think they're doing now anyway, because they don't want to come have the contact in my area. So if it was that, then I'd probably have to go pick it up. I will be later this month. I'm going to do one. I've actually scheduled it on my calendar to get all things packaged up that I need to package. And I will make one massive trip to the post office. Actually, I'm probably going to make 2 trips to the post office, even though I'm scared. But the first one won't be till after Mother's Day, like probably, oh shoot. Well, it'll have to be I don't know. It might be later in that week, because I think I was going to go Monday or Tuesday. I may still, but now Monday I'm prepping for live. That's next week, right? Anyway, I had Saturday. That doesn't look right there, does it? It doesn't matter. I had Saturday scheduled to do nothing but pull packages together for people for thank yous back to January. And then after Grace's party is over, I'm going to do another one. Okay. Let me make sure. Yeah. This one we're going to stamp the sentiment on, and that sentiment is out of the Pocketful of Happiness. I just love that sentiment right there. And it's May Your Birthday Bloom with Happiness. And I love that. And I don't know if I have another block. Yep, I do. We're going to use Lovely Lipstick because I love lovely lipstick. It's okay, Clay. I mean, if you can send it whenever. It's just so you all know, with this COVID-19 in my area at 2 different post offices now, both local, one Malvern and one Exton, both are local to me. We've had 2 different postal workers pass away. One, they said, was a result from COVID-19. The other one was a young man of 42 with 2 children, and he was on his route. He had a walking route, so he didn't come to my area because they have to drive here. But anyway, and I guess he didn't work at the counter. I think the one in Exton worked at the counter, but they didn't obviously disclose his name or anything. Anyway, I think I put that too far down. So because of that, I'm really even more paranoid about going to the post office right now. And I do wear a mask when I go out. Like when I went to the grocery store, a homemade makeshift mask with hair ties that go around my ears because I just too lazy to sew them, and I don't want to ruin my scarves that I'm using. And I do sometimes wear gloves. I wear them in the grocery store because you have to push buttons to order the deli stuff now. You can't just tell somebody. And also to do the payment. So, and I hate those things. I don't know which, I don't have the nitrile or whatever. I don't know what they are made out of. They're old, meant for more for cleaning and stuff. And but it's the only ones I could find. And I wash my hands 3 times after I get home, after taking them off and stuff, and they smell like rubber all day. My hands smell like rubber. It's awful. Anyway, so okay. Sorry, I'm talking too much. I don't want to get into that too much, but that's why I'm so scared, and I shouldn't be, but I'm in that at-risk category, you know, over a certain age and other health conditions that I'm not bad in those health conditions, but you don't know. All right, so now, all right, back to card making. I'm going to take a couple glue dots, and if there's some left on here, yep, and stick them down, like one over here, and uh-oh, I think I need my other box. All right, I have one. Do you guys save these? And if so, what do you use them for? They're a little too big to make napkin rings out of them. I don't know. Just asking. All right, so this is the new one, which I obviously don't have anything tied around yet. And there is a glue dot starting right here. I'm going to try and put it down here. Oops. There. I just need a couple to hold the metallic thread on. I want one sort of over here. There, that's enough. So that's why I've been afraid anyway. But I'm running out of stamps for regular bills and stuff, so I'm gonna have to go anyway at some point. Because I think the grocery store sells them, but I forgot to ask when I was there, and I don't want to go back in the grocery store. I even combine those trips, like my pharmacy is in the grocery store, so I don't go grocery shopping unless there's a pharmacist. A prescription order ready, which there was last week, but I held off until this week to go. So this is the rose metallic thread, which is retiring. It also, I think they still have it in silver. They used to have it in gold too, or maybe it's in gold and not so, I don't know. You get 50 yards. It's number 146915, and it's very fine. Very fine. And I'm just going to try and lay it down over these glue dots a bit. I want it to kind of stick out the top, and the glue dots are mostly for the ends, which want to go flying every which way, like this one. There we go. Okay, and what did Grace say? Oh, that's a good idea, Grace. Thank you. There you go, guys. A tip from Grace. Place these at the bottom of your gift wrap box to put your gift wrap rolls standing in. That's a good idea. I have one such box. Okay, I forgot to stamp something on here, and that is, I think, the big flower. We'll just do it a little in reverse. We're going to use Petal Pink. Now, Petal Pink is a very light color, so I'm not going to stamp off even. You could. Maybe I'll try it on here first. See, it's really pale. Either that or my stamp pad might be needing re-inking, or both. Just going to stamp it right in the middle. You can't really tell that I did it in reverse order, can you? Say no. Anyway. And then we're going to bump that up on dimensionals, which I put away. All right, I keep reaching because I don't have any room to sit my dimensionals here. Oops. See, it's like a spring. There we go. It flew off the dot. There. And there. All right. Well, good enough. All right. We're going to put one over here. One over here. And one here. I don't remember if I put one in the middle. I don't think I did. I think I will on this one, though. For some reason, it's making me uneasy. I really appreciate you all spending time with me this evening. And like I said, if you missed it, next week it'll be Monday evening. I'm just trying to make sure that is straight. I think on the first one I had more sticking out on this side and less on this side, but it doesn't really matter. It's just decoration, and we're going to put a little bow on here anyway. And I store mine of these in the bags they come in, because if you don't, you get little metallic thread flying everywhere. In fact, it's already doing that. I'll have to wrap it tighter later. Okay, so let's do our little bow. Try to do our little bow. We'll do bunny ears. That's too short. Thank you, Philomena. You're so sweet. You're all so sweet. I try, but like I said, I tried to keep them kind of easy tonight. And bows are not my best thing. Let's start that one over. I didn't have this much trouble when I wasn't doing it live. Of course. I think this one will be better. And just keep playing with it till you get it the way you want it. And it's going to go right here with a glue dot after I cut it a little bit with my snips that I only use for ribbon. I think I still have that one too long. All right, so put that right here. And I I actually did put this down with a glue dot, but then I tucked my my glue. I'll show you in a minute, because it seems too loose to me. So what I did is I took the pointy tip of this and I tucked it under here and put a little dabby do in there. Ooh, ouch, that hurt. To hold it in place a little better, so it wouldn't pull apart. Now on this one too, these little dots, these are the Happiness Blooms enamel dots, which had lovely lipstick because it had all 5 of the in colors from 2018 to 20 that are retiring, but I used the last 3. So on this card, these are actually Melon Mambo, but I think they go pretty well with lovely lipstick. So we're going to use these 2 to finish those up, and one from the other sheet that I have, because they're retiring too and they're so pretty, but that's okay. Let's see, about where did I put it? One up here. I think this time I'm going to go over here further, maybe up there. And then we'll just do a little one, littler one, maybe a medium one. And we'll put it down here. And that will be the outside. Now we still have to do the inside. Those are called the glitter enamel dots, by the way. And on the inside, we have to stamp. We have to stamp a little flower. Let me get my ribbon put away first so it doesn't unravel everywhere. There we go. And we're just going to use one stamp, and I'm going to stamp it in lovely lipstick. And then we'll just color in. We'll use blends. I thought it came out pretty, so thank you, Philomena. And I have to clean my stamps, but I'll do them later because... All right, so I'm pulling out Petal Pink Light and Dark, Old Olive Light for the leaves, and Dark Daffodil Delight for the center of the flower again. And we'll do that first. Are all flowers yellow in the middle? No, they're not, but all mine are tonight. Now you could stamp this in like basic gray. Something just happened with the sound in here. Not sure what. And you could use light and dark and shade really good and everything, but I'm just using the light Old Olive on that one. And I think we will use a little bit of light, lovely lipstick in the center area too. Just in here. Around this. And I think what I did is just traced these areas here where they meet. All right. And then I'm actually going to use dark petal pink. I'm going to take the brush end and just go around. I might change my mind. I think I used light on the other one. And sometimes you have to stare at these a little bit after you do them because you may not exactly like how they look. And then all of a sudden they seem to just going over the edges with the light. Or you could use the color lifter too. I think I need a little bit more lovely lipstick actually. But I think it's turning out pretty. I think I need a little more here. Maybe out here. And maybe up here even. I'm just going to take the light again and blend it. And just let that lovely lipstick kind of bleed into the rest of it. There we go. All done. Thank you, Grace. All right. Where'd I put my lovely lipstick? I don't know. That is really weird. I can't see where this goes. All right. Well, I'll just sit it down here. I must have stuck something else in the wrong spot. Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay. And sadly, since that's retiring, those blends are retiring too. Stampin' Up. Now, see, you do have to, if you want to use the other side of the card that you're using, don't use blends because they do bleed through. Unless you're using like really, really thick. They'll even bleed through thick Whisper White, but not as much. This is just regular Whisper White, and it's 5 1/4 by 4. And that is the inside of our card. So there we go. I still have to futz with my bow a little bit, I think. Both cards there. So we have these two pocket cards. These are more the same. And we have one more to do. How are we doing time-wise? Oh, we're good. Oh, I love my blends. I don't have Copics. I have Spectrum Noir, but I don't use them anymore because to me, if you like the Stampin' Up ink and the colors of the ink, they don't have these in every color, but they have them in enough colors, like a lot of the yellows, blues, teals, purples, oranges, greens, several shades of greens. And then they have gray, chrome cake, soft suede, bronze, ivory, and a color lifter, which you can use actually to do accents. Let me just, which one was the one we just did? This one. So if I wanted to lift some of this color, I'll just bring this in. Let's say I wanted to make this lighter. You just go around, and it takes a minute, but it will remove the color a little bit. It makes it lighter, which actually, or if you're doing something circular, you can use the brush tip. I did that on the fishbowl a little bit, I think, or something not too long ago, and it just made it look curved more. So I think that came out pretty. Makes it pop a little bit more. All right, so that is card 2. And card number 3, which was actually card number 2, we're going back to Blackberry Bliss, and this is what we're going to do. You're welcome, Grace. I love mine because And they're going to start only coming like this in a light and dark combo pack. Right now, you can get the light or the dark or the combo pack. But most people have been buying them as the combo pack. I'm a little sad that they're discontinuing all of the individuals because there's certain ones I use a lot, like Pool Party, because it looks more like water, and I use the light of that a lot. I use the light Crumb Cake a lot. I use the light Smoky Slate a lot. And also for skin tone, light and dark Petal Pink. Love them with my house mousies too for their little skin. Yeah, I really enjoy them. Other people, if you have Copics and all that, you don't need to invest in another set. And the Spectrum Noirs are good as well. I just like that these color coordinate with my inks, so I always know they're going to work together. That's what I love about Stampin' Up. Yeah, so we have Blackberry Bliss again. But this time we actually are going back to the, I have to get something put away here, to the Best Dressed to Impress stamp set. And I'm going to bring in something different, which is part of the suite as well. And it is, if I can get them out, these little cards and envelopes, note cards and envelopes, which are the 3x3. Oh my goodness. Best Dressed 3x3 inch note cards and envelopes. And you get 24 cards and envelopes. Let me just show them to you real quick. You've seen her before. Look at that envelope. That is so gorgeous. Anyway, you get the Petal Pink. You get this one, which is what we're going to use. Oops. And you get a yellow, I think, yes, which is Daffodil Delight. And then the envelopes are the Petal Pink, really pretty. The Purple Posy, oops, which has stripes on it and dots on the inside. And then the Daffodil Delight, which has polka dots with flowers inside. Really cute. And I've only used them a couple times. So I'm going to show you what I did here. Let me see if I have, I don't think I have that one still out, or do I? Yes, I do. All right. Okay, so in one of the papers that looks like this on one side and this on the other side, it has all these little perfume bottles. I fussy cut this one out, but I stamped this perfume bottle after I cut this. I actually cut this here, and then we're going to use this side of the first one that I did. So this one, I just stamped the perfume bottle right onto the card, and I stamped in Blackberry Bliss, Hello Fabulous up here. And then this twine is actually retiring. It's from the Nature's Twine, which has Mint Macaron, Blackberry Bliss, Grapefruit Grove, and Crumb Cake. And I need to use this stuff up, so I used some Blackberry Bliss out of there. But I don't want to waste this, right? So I actually just cut like a sliver shy of the divide. So this side is like 2 15/16 on both parts. And we're going to actually use the white part of this one so I don't waste it. So, and then I already fussy cut the same little bottle. And then I already did these papers, and I think this is again 1 1/2. I wrote it down somewhere, but that's all right. Oh, right here. It's 1 1/2 by 5, and then this one we're going to keep it as a solid piece instead of 2 individual pieces like I did here. And this again started because I had a scrap of this this width, it was a little taller and I just cut it down. And then I had to cut into this, which actually is the same paper on the back. So it's just both. You could do it this way as well. But I'm going to stick with the plan this time so I don't get confused. But first let's stamp. And inside I just colored that flower again. And that one I might have used the watercolor technique. Or no, I might have used blends. I can't remember. Yeah, the envelopes are pretty. Oh, Brandy's leaving? Okay, good night, Brandy. Sorry I missed you. I'm like way down on the totem pole, Clay. There's a lot more people that'll listen to before me. Okay, so because this had this coloring in the background, and we don't have that because this is the back of the card, there's this little splotchy thing in here. And I already have it out somewhere. Here it is. So we're going to use that. And we're going to use it in Purple Posy. Because it's a lighter purple. And I could color the perfume bottle. I mean, stamp it first and then just do that. But I kind of want it to go across like that. So we're just going to go for it and see how it turns out. I'll just do a couple. Going to be a little darker, actually. Maybe if I turn this one and go the other way, we'll overlap it a little bit. I think maybe one more, just a little bit over. Sloppy, but okay. That's all right. We're going to cover most of it up anyway. You get the idea. For this one, I used the, first of all, hello, Sandy. I used the Label Me Lovely punch. It's number 151296. That one is carrying over to the new annual. But it's on low inventory or possibly back order now. It was low inventory as of this morning, I believe. All right, now I'm going to use basic gray to stamp the perfume bottle. And it's going to look a little different than the first one because that had that nice smooth watercolory. I could take some water and, you know, but it's all right. We'll put it up a little higher to get more purple on it. Cool. Still looks watercolory, right? And then we'll put the gray away and get out Blackberry Bliss and stamp our sentiment. Oh, shoot. I'm knocking stuff down. I knocked my card base down. Did I answer your question, Sandy? Was that what you wanted to know? And here, just doing hello, fabulous. Because y'all are fabulous. There, I talk south. Y'all. You all. Okay. And then I think I actually had taken, now here you're going to see a difference in color. See, that ink is not this shade, but this must be what they're talking about. Why they didn't leave it out. This is Purple Posy. Let me see if the dark is, it's still more pink. I'm going to go with the dark up here, but it's going to be slightly different than the ink pad color. And I think that was their concern. And I'm going to color this in too. Looks a little more pink. See the difference? Where on this one, this is the alcohol marker also, and it's really close to the color on that card, right? Here it's almost looks more Highland Heathery. So, in fact, I might just take, I'm going to mix here. I might just take this and see how this is going to look. I don't know. Go over it a little bit. Maybe in certain areas. I don't know. Probably messing it up totally and have to start over. I'm experimenting. That's what I do. I think I would have been better off taking the water brush, but now I can't. So. Smooth that out a little bit, maybe. I think I'm going to start over. I don't like that. Looks messy. Yeah. Guess we're going to use the other one, guys. Because I'm not happy with that. All right. So, I'm going to turn it this way. We'll use the one that's already on there. See, it's just a little shorter. And now I'll have an extra piece to use for some other project. All right. So now we'll do it the way I did the first time. I don't think they're going to bother. They tried and thought it was okay, and then they had another issue with it. So I don't think they're going to bother with the purple posy, sad to say. But we do have the blends, which actually seem to be the right color. And we also have it in the Stampin' Right markers, you know, that come in the pack of 5 for that in color for that year. So we have 2 things we are allowed to use officially that appear to be right in color, sort of that pinky purple. And I will again color up here. I'm using the light this time. Okay, and then we have to stamp our Hello Fabulous again. Well, we had extra time. Though I wanted to get into another card that had mint macaron on it too, but I didn't get to it today. And I even already have a shoe done in Pretty Peacock and mint macaron. That's left over from a while back. Okay, now let's get our card base and our papers. I didn't put a mat on here like on this one. I put Lovely lipstick on top, lovely lipstick, and I used the tufted embossing folder. But this time we're just going right to the card base and hoping we get it somewhat straight. I am out of room, out of room, out of room. There we go. Sorry for reaching. We're going to go like that. Paper's pretty on both sides. And you get 48 sheets of it, I believe. All right, why is my glue not coming now? I know it's, by the way, I stick my pins when I take them out of the bottle in my Stampin' Pierce mat, which is retiring. So if you would like that, get it now. It's about a 1/4 inch thick or so. And I love it for stamping with photopolymer and using to stick my ribbon pins and my glue pin in while it's out of the bottle. Let's see, this says it's supposed to go like that, but I'm going to turn it this way because I like that big flower showing more. Okay. Even if it's a little bit upside down. Now you could do this in a different colorway because there's all these colors, you know, Petal Pink, Lovely Lipstick, Mint Macaron, and Daffodil Delight in that piece of paper that has that stripe on the back. And you could fussy cut each one of them and just, I may do that on another project if I have time this month. I don't know. And then this, I bumped up on dimensionals. I just have to figure out what I did with them. Here they are. I don't have, Stampin' Up! Doesn't have yet any adhesive foam tape, if you will. But stay tuned. That's all I'll say. Stay tuned. And I am putting 9 of them on there, using up my dimensionals because I want it to stay sturdy. And I actually tried taking these off the first time around with my picky tool and my take your pick tool. But honestly, I do just as well using my little bit of a thumbnail. Now, if I had real pretty fingernails and stuff, I probably would, this one didn't come off, oops, do that more often, but anyway. Okay, and we're just going to put this down here. I'm going to lay it gently down and say, no, that's crooked. And that's a little better. Okay. And then this little one, we're also going to put on dimensionals, but we're going to use the itty bitty little mini dimensionals, where we're going to use one big one down here and one little one up here for this guy. And put that right here. And it would look nice with some other ones, like you could tuck another one, maybe a yellow one, in to bring out the yellow in those flowers. You could do that and fussy cut that, like right under there, maybe like that. But I'm not going to, because fussy cutting and me. Now that actually is starting to not look too bad now that it's dry. I'll save it. I might use it again. So anyway. Okay, so what I did here is I put the twine on, tied a bow, and then I colored the pearls again with the Blackberry Bliss this time. And I put my pearls away. I think I did. Yeah. All right, well, let's do the twine bow first. All right, I'll just wrap it around. So what have you all been up to? Are you crafting? Are you watching lots of movies and videos? What are you guys doing? Obviously, I'm going to cut that down. I am not a big twine lover, and this is really coarse twine, but the color is right, so I want to use it up. And I figure if it goes right up here in the corner, and I squish it down real good, I'm going to cut it a little shorter yet. It'll be all right. But I need a glue duct. Crafting, TV, reading, and eating. Sounds good to me. When you watch TV, do you have a favorite? I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube and once in a while Netflix, but honestly, I haven't really been into that too much lately. I feel like I should watch more. I don't have cable TV anymore. I just have cable internet. So I have high-speed internet, but no TV cable. And now they're trying to get me to buy something that's like internet TV through my cable company. I'm like, I don't think so. All right, we need to do our pearls. Let me bring out a sheet of those. And I'm going to use the dark Blackberry Bliss and the brush end. And let's see, we'll use 3 little ones again. Using your alcohol marker to do that. And do I want one up there again, or do I want it down here? I think I'll put it up there. Okay. And now we have to do the inside, which is stamping and coloring. So we're just going to do the little double flower again. Just the one? Yep. And we'll stamp it in Blackberry Bliss. BritBox. Acorn TV would be good. Old sitcoms. Yeah, comedies. Comedies would be a good thing to watch right now, for sure. I tend to, when I watch things on Netflix, I tend to get into those series and binge watch them. Like the Call the Midwife was one, and there was another one that was like a British, oh shoot, what was the name of it? The Queen or something like that, you know? I don't know. Queen Elizabeth or Queen, I don't know. I forget what it was. Valor on Netflix is awesome. I'll have to check that out. Valor. And then my daughter told me to get Disney Plus because she said they have some really, I think I'm going to use dark old olive in this one. They have some really good shows, but I don't know. I'm usually tired by the time I decide to watch shows, and except for other people's YouTube videos. I usually do that in the morning while I'm having my coffee. I'm using Dark Daffodil Delight again. I use dark olive on the leaves. And we're going to bring in light and dark Blackberry Bliss. And I think what I did, I could be wrong. I think I did it all in light, which looks pretty dark, actually. I think I did it wrong. I think what I used was light Blackberry Bliss and dark Purple Posy. But we're going to have a darker flower this time. I'll just do the bottom of this here. Let's see. Dark Purple Posy. Yep, pretty sure that's what I did. So this one I might have to lift some color. Yep. Put a little more on this one. Am I even in frame? I am. sometimes when you're actually doing this, they don't look like they're blending, and then they eventually do when they dry. But all right, I'm going to use a little bit of color lifter on this first one and see how it looks. Around the upper edges of the petals. Purple's a tough one. But it's coming. Little by little. Oh well. Let that sit for a minute and see how it looks. Okay, so don't do what I did. Use light blackberry bliss and dark purple rosy around the edges. Then you won't have to go back and do that. Anyway, it's all right. It'll look pretty in the card. It's just a little darker than this one. You see the difference? Yeah, it's darker, but it still looks good. So, that's another thing I watched. That guy Lost in the Pond. Do you ever watch that? It's where he compares the UK to America, where he lives for 12 years now. He's on YouTube. He's pretty cool. He's funny. But I don't watch him that often either. Okay, there is our final card for tonight. I'm trying, like I said, to use things that are retiring, like the paper, the stamp, and the paper here you wouldn't be able to get to cut out this, but the stamp, well, the little cards are retiring too. So you'd have to get those. The twine is part of the Nature's something twine. Nature's twine. Comes in a 4-pack like that. That's retiring. That was a carryover actually from last year. So if I can make room here, I'll show you all the pretty cards. We have that one and this one, and then these 2 pocket cards. What's your favorite, guys? Thank you, Philomena. Thank you, Next. Thank you, Paige. They were fun. They weren't super hard or anything to do, but no new techniques this time. No, I like mysteries too. I don't really like thrillers because I get too scared sometimes. But I do like a good mystery. Whodunit kind of thing. Lovely lipstick is your favorite. Yeah, it's bright and cheerful. I like them all. But I do like that color. Purples are your favorite. I think if Metal Scrappin' Chick was here, she'd like one of the purple ones the best. The Crown, that was it. That was the one I was watching. I don't know if I ever watched all the way through. Yeah. Yeah, Call the Midwife is still, oh, it's still on, so there's more seasons coming past season 8. That is good to know, because I really liked that. I thought season 8 ended it. Yeah, Lost in the Pond. He's cool. On Twitter, oh, yeah, I don't tweet too many people. I do watch a few people on Twitter. No, I don't really know any good mystery shows right now that I can think of. Another show I liked was that The Outlander. Although, if you don't like anything risque, there's some scenes in that either gory or kind of risque. So that one is not general rated. And I actually have not watched more than like past season 2 or 3 in that. I forget what season it's in now, but I'm behind in that one. Oh, wow. I think in the 60s, I think they were up to that towards season 8 when the last ones I watched. Maybe it was 50s. I don't know. I thought they were up to 60s. I could be wrong. I don't know how many seasons shows have because I don't watch TV. So, all right, everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed the card making tonight. It was a little all over the place, but really beautiful papers. If you like florals, but also like the dress to impress stuff, with the shoes and things, it's got both. Like this side is a flower on the other side. This side's perfume and flower. This is the same piece of paper. And obviously this one was yellow on the other side because I was supposed to do the yellow. And I forget what's on the back of this. I think maybe green dots or something. Anyway, and some of the paper has that stripe. Oh, that's what's on the other side of this one, these bottles, but with the stripe going that way. So I had fun. I hope you did too. Don't forget about Grace's party. I know you won't forget about it because I'm going to keep saying it every week. Every video I do with Stampin' Up. Thank you, Paige. Thanks for joining me. Oh, cool. Books would be a good thing to do, but I get tired. The only time I could read is at night, and then I get tired at night. My eyes get tired. So I end up having to reread some of what I read because I fall asleep in the middle of it. Thank you, Nix. So hopefully I'll have my pre-order. I'm thinking Friday now. I hope. So Friday or Saturday, hopefully I'll be able to do an unboxing of my pre-order and share it with you. All right, everybody. Have a great evening. Oh, why? This is not typing right. Excuse me. So sorry. I'm so sorry. Good night.